Let's say I want to temporarily store a variable. Just during that one browser session, I want something to be true, and I want to be able to change that value. Well, to do that, I need to use custom states. Custom states are essentially variables that live on any element. It can be text, it can be the page, but they just live on an element, and they have a name and then a data type. I can give it a default value, and I can create multiple on the same object. I can grab this value from anywhere and use that to conditionally display things and change things. So I want to be able to click this circle button to make this square turn into a circle. Now, the way I need to do that is by updating a custom state. We do that by setting the state. On our shape, we made a state called shape, and we want to give it an arbitrary text, which is just something that we type in. We want to, when text circle is clicked, set that state equal to circle. Let's look at this. I'm going to inspect this shape, and right off the bat we can see that the shape is square. And then when we click circle and inspect this, we can see shape has turned into circle. But this isn't a circle. We need to do that with conditionals. We want to say when this shape's shape is an arbitrary text, which is just going to be a circle, then I want the border roundness to be 360, which is going to essentially make it a circle. Let's try this out. I can click circle and we see a circle, but I want to be able to click square to make it a square again. Essentially, I'm employing the same technique. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy paste this workflow. And instead of text circle, it's going to map to text square. And instead of setting the state to circle, it's going to set it to square. I'm going to add another condition where I'm going to make the border roundness 0 when the shape's shape is square. Let's preview this. I want to click circle. We see this is a circle. I can click square again, it's a square, and I can keep changing this. But if I reload, it's currently a circle, it turns it back to a square. So it's only temporarily holding this value. Now, similarly to how we had conditionals over here, I want to add a condition to these texts to make it bold. So when shape is square, I want the font weight to be bold. Again, we want the same condition on circle, but for when it is circle. Let's preview this. So it's currently a square, and that's what's reflected. I can click circle, and we see it change. I'm going to do the same thing for the colors. When this is clicked, I want to add a workflow to set the state of our shape's color equal to an arbitrary text, which is just going to be red in this case. I'm going to duplicate that workflow again, just like we did for circle and square. And for text blue, the value is going to be blue. Let's add the same conditionals here. When shape A's color is blue, Oh, red, this text is going to be bold. And the same thing for blue. Currently it's square, we can click blue, and we can toggle between these two, but it's not affecting this, and that's because we haven't added a conditional. So I'm going to add in the same condition, except this time I'm going to make the background color red. Let's duplicate that again. When it is blue, I'm going to make our background color blue. I can make it red, and I can make it a circle, and I can keep switching between these. So I currently have a blue circle. If I refresh, it resets to a yellow square. I want to have a button that will just clear my selections so that I don't have to reload if I just want to get my yellow square back. Just like what we did last time, I'm going to go here and set the state, and I'm going to set shape and color, but I'm actually going to leave them blank, and let's see what this does. Also over here, I'm going to change the default value of color to red. It was previously yellow. I'm going to make it red now. So it starts off as a red square. I can make it a blue circle. And then when I click clear, I'm setting the state of shape to be empty and of color to be empty as well. But if we look at this, it reverts back to a red square, and the value of this shape's color and shape became red square, even though we didn't give it that value. What Bubble is doing is when we give it a blank value, it just reverts it back to its default value, which in this case is red square. We will apply these principles in our next video to add search functionality.